Hi everyone, this is Sarah Catherine Gutierrez back with this week's Save Yourself column. And today we are talking about our amazing teachers, staff, administration that are helping out our little ones here in the state of Arkansas in the public education field. So it is really exciting to me to be able just to report back to anybody in that field who makes a career out of it, a lifetime career out of it. That is a great pension. So if anything, let this be momentum that you've got this rare ticket to retirement, and whether you feel like it's hard to do or not, you are achieving something that will be elusive to so many people, and that should be a source of momentum and motivation. So as I talk about in this column, there are 4 things I want every single public education employee to understand so that they can maximize the benefits of doing what they're doing, hopefully doing what they love. First of all, just know your pension and know that it's there, and knowing that it's going to be there for you, again, is great motivation. But second of all, there are staff in the Department of Education in these districts who, when they joined, were not allowed to be contributory. They were not allowed to put money towards the pension that would make a bigger benefit down the road. And so I think that that what we have to do is be able to get to these folks and say, look, things have changed in the last several years. You are allowed to contribute. Let's go ahead and make you contributory, putting 7% towards that pension. So that's step 1. The second thing I want people to be aware of is that some districts allow you to put extra savings into retirement in these vehicles that are called 403Bs or 457. Don't be intimidated by the jargon. I just want you to know that they're there to automate savings. Remember, my best friend in the financial world is automation. These things will achieve it. You automatically get your money taken out of your paycheck, deposited into these side accounts, and you get to invest them in mutual funds, and then one day they are there as a more flexible tool for retirement. Remember, a pension is just going to pay you the same amount every month, which is fantastic. I'd love to have that. But the 403B or the 457 would be that more flexible tool where if you had a big expense come up, you could tap into that, and if you wanted to pass this down generationally to kids and grandkids, it's a great tool for that. Okay, third, student loans. Folks, if you have student loans, they're right now in COVID forbearance, most likely if you're in the federal system. This is a fantastic time to figure them out because there is no payment until September. So what a better time than to say, wait a minute, okay, I have federal student loans. I work for a qualifying nonprofit or government entity, and I work full-time. And usually a good metric for figuring out if you would be better off being in the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, otherwise known as PSLF, is if you have a loan balance that's 1.25 times your annual salary. And this is not my metric. This is the Student Loan Planner metric. I think they do a great job counseling people on student loans, and I think this is a smart way to think about it. So if you have student loans that are pretty hefty, right, especially hefty compared to what your salary is, then it's pretty much a slam dunk that you should consider enrolling in an appropriate repayment plan, one of the income-driven repayment plans, the IDR plans, which would be IBR, Repayee, or Payee, making sure you're in one of those qualifying plans, and then certifying with your benefits office, with your payroll department, just whoever you kind of report to in your district, having them certify that, yes, I do work full time, and I've worked here for, however long you're trying to certify for. And then you're basically going to be making the lowest payments you can possibly make for ultimate forgiveness after 10 years. So whatever is left on your loan after 10 years is forgiven. So folks, there are a lot of people who might be in the graduated extended repayment plan, and they think they're in the right plan. They think they're heading towards forgiveness, but they're not. And the way you would know is if you're heading towards this, are you certifying every year? Are you certifying? Because if you're not, there is a good chance that you are not paying ineligible payments towards that. So please go do your homework, go face, whatever you have to do to be able to get into this program if you think PSLF is going to be right for you. And finally, don't forget about the educational opportunities that you have through the Teach grants. We talk about them in the column. Secretary Key was really insistent that people understand what these benefits are for more education or loan forgiveness. So folks, I hope that you will enjoy the column if you're in the public education field. If you're not, and you know someone who is, if you have a teacher, a beloved teacher of one of your kids, or multiple teachers from the years, please pass this along to them, because they may not know what's available to them. And as I talk about all the time, our biggest fear, our biggest problem is not the benefits themselves. It's the inertia and not maximizing them. So I hope that we can get this into the hands of as many folks as possible, and I hope you'll be one of those people to help us do it. So everyone, I hope you have a wonderful week, and as always, happy saving.